A Newport Christmas is a Hallmark film from this year, 2025. This is directed by Dustin Rikert, written by Joie Botkin, with a cast including Ginna Claire Mason and Wes Brown. And I thought this one was not too bad. It originally starts in 1905, and Ella's father is planning for Ella to become engaged and become married to a man she's never met. She doesn't want this, though. She wants to start a charity rather than getting married. Obviously, 1905, it's unlikely that women would have everything, so she'd rather choose the charity over getting married. And then she goes outside to contemplate the situation and ends up travelling forward in time to 2025, where her home is now a museum. And I do love this as a concept. There are other Hallmark time travel films. There are other films of a similar nature, including Christmas films, where characters will come forward from the past, and indeed where their home has been turned into a museum. So it's not a completely unique concept, but I don't mind that because I do like it. I think it works quite well in general, and I'm pleased to say this does work well. The pacing was very good. I think Ella's response to everything felt believable within the context of the story, and obviously travelling forward in time, she gets a chance to reflect on her life and on the way things might have turned out, and it gives her obviously a different perspective when you're looking back at things a considerable time later. So I think it does work well for Ella's situation. It gives her a good opportunity to think about things. I love that one of my favourite parts is when she's walking through the house. This is quite early on, I think. Certainly she's going through the museum for one of the first times and is commenting on how things have changed, or this room used to be that. And I love anything that really emphasises that houses or buildings in general used to have past histories. That's not new information, obviously. Any building that's had more than one occupant is going to have a history over time. But I think it's just really fascinating to really bring the past to life in a contemporary setting, and I think they did a really great job of Ella's response there. It felt very believable to me, the way she was taking everything in. Maybe she could have been a little bit more overwhelmed. I think if I were in her shoes, I might have been a bit more overwhelmed. But in general, I believed what I was watching. The story works well. Ella is a very likeable protagonist. I wanted the best for her and hoped that she'd make the right decisions and be allowed to live the life she wanted to lead. It was very easy to emotionally get behind her story. We have some really good performances, and it's very, very festive, which I love. And I will say, I know some people don't like over-the-top Christmas films. Hallmark in general can be quite sickly sweet, which I love. But because it's very festive in general, but a lot of the festive scenes from 1905, they're not that sickly sweet. They maybe still are a bit over the top for some people, but it's not as sickly sweet as some Hallmark Christmas films. So it could be a really great one for getting into the holiday spirit. Visually, it is stunning. We have gorgeous decorations. The costumes are really, really beautiful. I have no idea if the costumes in 1905 are completely accurate. I'm not that bothered, but if you have any thoughts on that, please feel free to share. We have some good music, the camera work, the lighting. All round, I'd say a Newport Christmas is a solid experience. And if in general you like these time travel based films, and specifically time travel based Christmas films, then I think this is one that's worth watching. It's a good story with likeable characters and very, very festive, and I'm certainly happy to recommend it.